What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Paul Heyman helping out Bron Breakker. Did Drew McIntyre consider leaving WWE? Bad news for a WWE star. Zilla Fatu calls out Roman Reigns. Dirty Don breaks his silence on speculation with Liv Morgan. MVP seeking stem cell treatment, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. And now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Paul Heyman helping out two superstars behind the scenes. Atop of today's news are two reports that could mean good things for two Raw superstars. These reports indicate Paul Heyman is mentoring two WWE superstars from behind the scenes, including a rising star and a current world champion. Heyman, who helped give Roman Reigns' career a new lease on life with Roman's transformation into the Tribal Chief, is now working closely with recent NXT call-up Bron Breakker. Ringside News reports, when speaking to a source in WWE, Ringside News was able to confirm that Paul Heyman has been working behind the scenes with Bron Breakker. Heyman even highlighted Breakker in his WWE Hall of Fame speech, showing their strong connection. Breakker was a dominant force during his run in NXT, and his actions on this week's Raw suggest that he's going to be the Red Brand's next big thing. Could Heyman's involvement eventually lead to Heyman managing him? In addition, Ringside News reports that Heyman has also been helping out the Judgment Day's Damian Priest. While speaking with a source within WWE, Ringside News was able to confirm Paul Heyman has been heavily involved with Damian Priest for the past 8 to 10 months. Priest often shares how Heyman imparts valuable nuances and subtleties, aiding his growth and development. What do you guys think of Heyman's involvement with these two superstars, and is it a hint of big things to come for one or both men? Could we see Bron Breakker as a Heyman guy on screen? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, did Drew McIntyre consider leaving the WWE? Drew McIntyre recently signed a new deal with the WWE, but was he ever considering trying things out in another promotion once his contract expired? Drew recently addressed this, explaining, "It was never a consideration not wrestling with WWE. I don't think, or I'm gonna go wrestle somewhere else. It was, this is where I want to wrestle, and I don't want to be anywhere else." Drew said that the only question was whether he would take time off from wrestling. "Our family has gone through a lot over the past year. Aside things with my own family, my wife's sister unfortunately passed a year ago yesterday, and that was very difficult. And I felt like I'm gonna have to take some serious time for my family." Despite these challenges, Drew said that everyone is in a great place now and thanked the WWE for giving him the time off he needed. Next up, WWE returning to Japan after years. That's good news for Japanese WWE fans as they're returning to Japan. The promotion issued a press release, an excerpt that follows. WWE, part of TKO Group Holdings, today announced a long-awaited return to Japan with 3 live shows this July. The first show will take place at the Edion Arena in Osaka on Thursday, July 25th. WWE superstars will then return to perform in Tokyo for the first time since 2019, with back-to-back shows at the Ryogoku Arena on Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th. This follows recent news that Cyberfight, the parent company of Pro Wrestling Noah, is interested in strengthening the relationship between the Japanese promotion and WWE. Next up, bad news for a WWE star. Is new NXT acquisition Giulia still debuting at Heatwave? She's one of the top wrestlers competing in Japan and was set to debut at NXT's upcoming July 7th Heatwave PLE. However, those plans were thrown into disarray following Giulia's wrist injury and a recent Marigold wrestling event. And our Fight for Select's Corey Brennan is reporting that while she is currently listed out as indefinitely, those we spoke with noting that the WWE remains hopeful that Giulia will be healed in time for NXT Heatwave. It's also believed that the plans for Giulia to compete in an NXT Women's Championship match are still on the table, but that these plans are not set in stone. The report added that Giulia will be still appearing in the Marigold promotion to fulfill her obligations. Giulia is an incredible talent, and according to Brennan, the WWE has no plans to change her style and that the language barrier, that is, Giulia speaking Japanese, isn't an issue, with one source pointing out Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and more are speaking their native language on WWE programming. However, the report noted that she is also working hard at learning English. Next up, more main roster superstars featured in NXT storylines. Speaking of NXT, the WWE is continuing its strategy of incorporating main roster superstars into their NXT storylines, as seen by 2 big angles on the 21st May episode of the Black and Gold brand. One angle featured Lola Vice attacking Shayna Baszler after their loss to Natalya and Carmen Petrovic. This was a shocker as the Queen of Spades helped train Vice for her NXT Underground bout against Natalya. NXT General Manager Ava has now booked Vice and Baszler for a match at Battleground. Another angle involving main roster talent saw the OC's Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows attack NXT Tag Team Champions Nathan Frazier and Axiom after their title defense against the D'Angelo families Channing Lorenzo and Luca Crucifino. The OC has been working their way up the ladder for a title match, but the champ's recent comments that they'd rather defend the titles against NXT talent appear to have set Anderson and Gallows off, and fans likely won't have to wait long to see whether the OC get their title shot. Next up, AEW moving All Out date. Can you get too much of a good thing? Well, that was a question AEW fans were asking in 2023 when AEW announced it was holding its All In and All Out pay-per-views a mere 7 days apart. But now it appears that AEW has decided to give fans a bit of a breather between the shows, as Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp reported. AEW All Out will be moving from September 1st to Saturday, September 7th, Fightful selectors learned. AEW is expected to announce this imminently and moved it due to fans' response saying All In and All Out are too close together. Rampage Collision will be live in Chicago that Friday. The idea of running 2 pay-per-views within 7 days is problematic, not only due to the financial cost for AEW fans, but the difficulty in promoting a show so quickly after a big event. We believe running shows 2 weeks apart is still a bit of a stretch, and it'll be interesting to see how things play out regarding buy rates and All Out's quality. Do you think the pay-per-view should be spaced out to a certain point, and if so, what's a good number? 2, 3, or even 4 weeks apart? Next up, Zilla Fatu calls out Roman Reigns. Zilla Fatu is calling out former undisputed WWE champion Roman Reigns, particularly Roman's claim to being the head of the table. Fatu discussed Roman's boast during an episode on the Muscleman Malcolm show. He's like one of those kids in the school where, like the crazy one, where they stand on the top of the table screaming. Yeah, he's one of those, you know. Here we are just looking at him like, okay, wait till it's our time, you know. But we all try to be the one, but me personally, I feel like I'm the main one. Anoa'i family member Zilla Fatu isn't in the WWE yet, but it wouldn't surprise us if he shows up soon, especially with Solo Sikoa rebuilding the bloodline and fans wondering how Roman Reigns will react when he returns. Would you guys like to see Omaga's son in WWE? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Dirty Dom breaks silence on speculation with Liv Morgan. Now is Dominic Mysterio doing Rhea Ripley dirty by having an affair with Liv Morgan while she recovers from Morgan's backstage attack? Fans have questioned whether Dirty Dom and Morgan are having an affair after subtle background clues have suggested they've been together and they'd be doing something besides playing 2K24 together. However, Mysterio claims a fan speculation is much ado about nothing. He told the Ringer, but I think at the end of the day, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and I'm here protecting Mommy, and I'm trying to make sure she's good when she comes back and that everything is all set in order. She comes back straight to the top, take a title back, no harm, no foul. It's been said the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and given Dominic's claim that he's Eddie Guerrero's son rather than Rey's, it's easy to imagine Dominic following Latino Heat's footsteps by straying from his storyline sweetheart. Next up, Sexyy Red coming to NXT. A business is about to pick up on NXT, at least according to rapper Sexyy Red, who tweeted she's coming to the 28th May edition of NXT. She even said she might RKO somebody. SE Scoop's Aaron Varbel provided some background on what might be motivating Red to visit NXT. Red has been tuning into NXT and recently expressed a displeasure about Noam Dar's attack on Trick Williams. Now she'll get a chance to be more than just a spectator when she visits NXT next Tuesday for the May 28th episode of NXT. And finally, MVP seeking stem cell treatment. Wrestler and manager MVP is looking for help with several injuries he's been dealing with for some time. He informed fans via Instagram, 2 weeks out from going to Mexico to get my stem cell therapy. I'm looking forward to that because my shoulder, my knee, I'm pretty beat up real bad. I haven't officially retired yet. Feel like I need a few more matches before I hang up the boots. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.